The Velociraptor is a highly intelligent predator, dangerous alone and truly deadly when hunting in packs. Velociraptors can outpace and outwit almost any victim they cast their eyes upon.
Well folks, there you go, our very first look at pack hunting in Jurassic World Evolution 2. We had a little sneak peek of it in the past, but this is the first time we've properly seen it, thanks to the new Velociraptor Species Field guide. We'll get to the pack hunting in just a moment though. First of all, let's take a look bit by bit through the guide and see what else we can see. We're going to get a glimpse at a few different skins throughout this video, and we can see two of them straight away from the start. We're seeing this sort of deeper brown, almost chocolate coloured skin, and they've all seemed to got this lighter creamy coloured underbelly, this counter shading going on. You can see the pattern there as well. We've seen it before on the arms and on the legs. We're only seeing one variation in the colour on this. I'm still not 100% sure how this works, but it's this grey, slightly mottled on the arms, and it becomes more of a tiger striping sort of pattern when it comes to the legs. Still very curious as to how this will work with legacy skins, the stuff from the past films, Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, blah 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 blah. Because we have seen what looks to be a Lost World Tiger Raptor, we have seen what looks to be the Lost World Rexes in that Chaos Theory clip from the other week, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes together. There's another skin in the background as well. Of course, we've got that sort of lighter colour, almost Spinoraptor-esque in its colour, very much a rotten banana as the Spinoraptor was. But on our main Raptor, there's an animation that I really like. It's just the way the eyelid closes across, that sort of little flapper skin comes across and shuts back again, but it comes in from the side, it moves laterally. It's a really cool little animation. I think it was probably in the last game, I don't even remember. At this point, I spent so little time with the Raptors in Evolution 1, but it looks really cool. You can actually see some of that grey mottling on the face of the Raptor as well, particularly on the lower jaw. Towards the back, there's quite a big dollop of it, but it's spattered along to the front of the jaw as well. So the pattern really does encompass a lot of the body. You can see it striping down the back of the tail as well. Second clip, and we get yet another Raptor skin. We're seeing this dark forest green sort of looking skin, a really fantastic looking skin. Looks really good. I love the colours of that. That's already my favourite Raptor of the bunch, and we've seen quite a few at this point. This animation we're seeing play out seems to be, it looks to me like all of the dinosaurs have some form of animation that plays just randomly sort of when they're next to each other. We saw it with the Coelophysis, for example, with them snapping at each other, and we've seen a couple others over time. And you can see the green Raptor's kind of approaching normally, and then it goes into the animation. It dives over at the Raptor on the left. The Raptor on the left just about notices in time. It looks very Lost World Jurassic Park in a way, with these Raptors in the air sort of clawing at each other and shrieking at each other and grabbing at each other. But the brown Raptor dodges, the green Raptor falls to the ground. Again, the animation looking very much like how the Raptor falls down at the end of the Lost World. They sort of shriek at each other, they get up, and then the brown Raptor chases the green Raptor. So I'm hoping this is an animation that will actually keep on playing on. Maybe they'll chase each other down for a little while. Maybe it would have stopped basically right here. The brown Raptor kind of chases the green Raptor away, saying, you know what, back off buddy, this is my town. Green Raptor skedaddles out of the way. Skedaddles is a great word. Skedaddles out of the way, and then the animation ends. But it does look like there's a bit of a chase there. But let's get to the good stuff. Our first proper glimpse at pack hunting. In the past, we did see Raptors chase down a Stegosaurus, but we never saw them make content. Now we've got 4 Raptors approaching the Sinoceratops. You can actually see another one in the distance on the left-hand side as well. Sino's just kind of sitting there, but you can see it sees the Raptors approaching. It kind of hunches down onto its haunches. It's preparing itself. It sees this hungry, ravenous pack approaching it. The Raptors have lowered their body. You can see how they're mostly entirely vertical. There's just a little dip at the sort of place where their head connects with the spine. But beyond that, they've, really lowered themselves into that attack formation. The arms have come forward. The wrists have been splayed up. That classic Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, all of them really, a Raptor attack pose. And it's really cool, first of all, just to see all 4 of them running. It doesn't look like a locked animation, it seems it is fairly natural. They're all just kind of moving individually. And then we hop into the next scene, and this is possibly the coolest clip we've ever had for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Not for the Sinoceratops, who's having a horrible time, but for us. Sinoceratops is there. Nice look at the Sino, by the way. We'd never actually seen the Sino in Evolution 2. We had it confirmed last week during the recap stream, but we've never actually seen it. Looks largely the same, maybe a little bit of a texture update since the last game. But we see the first Raptor jump in, grabs onto, very cool as well, this already, not grabbing onto the body, but grabbing onto the frill, onto the horn sort of area, onto the skull of the Sinoceratops. The Sino reacts to that, you know, it tilts its head towards it because there's now a weight on that part of its head. It's weighing down that part of its head, and also it wants to shake it off. And as that happens, the other two raptors dive in and attack from the same side, latch onto the body. The Sino reacts in pain, again, not having a good time, begins to sort of topple down to the ground. You can see it begin to fall downwards from the weight as a fourth raptor comes in and attacks from the other side. Just at the end of the clip, you can see the Sino sort of rear up onto its hind legs. Maybe it's trying to throw them off. We know that these hunts aren't always going to be successful, but you'd imagine with 4 raptors attacking, the chances are they're going to pull this one off. What I'm really curious about is if they can fail, if a herbivore can defend itself, can a herbivore actually kill an attacking carnivore? Because that would be a really cool little feature. Again, not for the carnivores, but good for the herbivores. We've got to give them, throw them a bone every now and again, right? But it looks fantastic. The great thing about this, not only does the animation actually look really smooth, and obviously they're going to show it in the best light they can, you know, for a species field guide, but it looks really natural, it looks really smooth, it looks really lifelike. And it looks dynamic, and that's what we were promised and really what we were hoping for. It looks basically like the modern version, and I don't mean to praise JPOG that often, because, you know, it's a game of a lot of faults, but JPOG had a system kind of like this, where dinosaurs could latch on to many different random parts of the larger herbivores. This is basically the better, more realistic, obviously it's 20 years later, a better version of that same mechanic, and it looks brilliant. All the raptors moving individually, the Sinoceratops reacting appropriately to each raptor attack as they hoard over it, and it's just proper brutal, vicious pack hunting. It is everything I think we wanted to see, and I think people are going to be pretty hype about that. It looks so good. It is crazy how good that looks. The test will of course be how good it looks in our games, because these things always look as good as possible for a species field guide, but still, immense hype. And I will just babble on about this forever if I can. Let's go check out the forum post to see if there's anything there. Velociraptors are incredibly sociable creatures and tend to prefer spending their time in packs. You'll need to make sure they have plenty of company in their enclosures. They'll eat from standard carnivore feeders if they're hungry, but much prefer being provided with live prey and engaging in pack hunting as part of the group. So it's interesting because we've had prey items, and a goat gives 1 prey item, but we've seen dinosaurs with requirements higher than that. The normal food will feed them and keep them alive, but it doesn't satisfy that comfort need, that prey need. So maybe giving raptors a bunch of larger herbivores every now and again will satiate that need a lot more than the goats and let you keep them happy, basically. Make sure to keep them happy, give them some forest. A Velociraptor escape is the last thing you want on your hands. And that is about it. Actually, no more information at all. There's obviously some general raptor facts up here if you would like to learn them. But, yeah, I mean, again, that is... That right, I'm going to zoom in. It's a tiger raptor. I'm telling you, it's a bloody tiger raptor. That is about it. Looks fantastic, though. Really, really, really good. Really exciting to see that pack hunting come to life. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you lovely folks next time. Remember, Evolution 2 is out in just over a month and 2 days. Crazy how quickly that snuck up on us. I'm really hoping we get a few more species field guides. I'd love to know what that mosasaur is, for example. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers much of as always. Bye-bye.
Houston, if you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.